Hi, I'm Daniel Berger. I've been maintaining pools for over 20 years.
Cheetham Salt has asked me to give you a brief introduction to their company and show you how to use their premium Ocean UltraFine pool salt. You've chosen a great brand in Cheetham Salt, as they are naturally solar evaporated from our pure Australian waters. Using the natural power of the sun and wind, salt water is evaporated, concentrated and then refined to produce over 99.5% pure sodium chloride. It takes Cheetham Salt about 1 year to grow and refine the pool salt you are using today. That's right, 1 full year of care and attention. So you can be assured that Cheetham Salt has the lowest environmental footprint of any salt manufacturer around the world. Cheetham Salt's focus on quality and consistency means your pool will be consistently clean and safe for your family to enjoy.
The first thing about any DIY job is to understand the job at hand and preparation.
I meet so many people who don't know the first thing about how their pool works. People often buy houses with pools already installed and it doesn't come with a manual. Does your pool have a salt chlorinator? If not, then it's best you purchase either liquid, granular or tablet chlorine from your local supplier. Let's assume you have wisely installed a salt chlorinator. Why wise? It means you've turned your filtration system into a safe chlorine generator that makes its own chlorine daily as it pumps the water around the pool. To best explain the difference between the chlorination types, when you use liquid chlorine, you pour in a high concentration of liquid chlorine in your pool every few days during peak season. When liquid chlorine is poured into the water, it gives peaks and troughs which can affect swimmer comfort. Salt chlorination supplies a steady, gentle daily dose of even chlorination using the pool filtration system. This helps protect you as it's not harmful to children's delicate eyes and skin and maximises their pool time. Have you tested your pool for pH, chlorine and salt levels? Testing is critical to guide you on how much salt to buy and for how long to run your filtration system. Once the water quality has been tested, you can now calculate the required amount of pool salt to buy. There are 3 things you need to know. 1. What salt level does your salt chlorinator require? These can typically range from 2,500 to 6,000 parts per million. 2. What is the volume of your pool in litres? For example, 50,000 litres. And 3. What is your current salt after testing the pool water? For example, 2,500 parts per million. Subtract the current level of salt in the pool from the pool's required salt level. This will give you a salt increase parts per million calculation. 1 kilogram of salt is required for every 1,000 litres for every 1,000 parts per million. Divide the pool's volume by 1,000, divide the required parts per million calculation by 1,000. When you multiply those 2 numbers together, the result will give you how many kilograms of salt to buy. For example, a 50,000 litre pool that requires an additional 2,000 parts per million will require 100 kilograms of salt or 5 20 kilogram bags to be poured in. Another example, a 20,000 litre pool that requires an additional 1,000 parts per million will require 1 20 kilogram bag of salt to be poured in. The first thing to do is turn off your salt chlorinator before pouring any salt into the pool.
The salt goes directly into the pool, but it's important to know where and where not to pour it in.
Be careful to avoid the pool suction, otherwise concentrated salt crystals may enter the filtration system, which could eventually lead to undue wear on the equipment. It is best to disconnect and remove any automatic vacuums, as you don't want any salt crystals being sucked up and entering the equipment. If your pool has an in-floor cleaning system, then avoid pouring salt crystals near the suction at the deep end. Tear along the easy opening edge or simply cut a line along the long edge of the bag. Lift and sprinkle the salt evenly around the pool edge, pouring in the whole bag. There is no sense storing half a bag, as an open bag will quickly absorb moisture and harden into lumps and won't easily dissolve. Cheetham Salt recommends you don't pour the salt all in one place and no more than 2 bags of pool salt at a time. This allows time for salt crystals to dissolve and avoids undissolved pool salt from building up on your pool floor. Undissolved salt could lead to minor staining. Some people use a broom to help the salt dissolve. Once the pool salt is dissolved, don't forget to turn the salt chlorinator back on. It's that simple. Don't throw the bag into the pool, it is not dissolvable. Don't put salt where the pool sand should be. Salt is not a very good filter, just as a pile of sand doesn't chlorinate your pool. It may be obvious to you, but we have seen it happen.
So how long should people run their pool pump to chlorinate their pool? We recommend about 4 to 8 hours per day in a standard backyard pool, depending on your climate. Just remember to test the water regularly.
By regular testing, you'll begin to understand your pool and be able to easily work out when it needs a top up. It is best to add salt only after water is clean and pH balanced. At the end of the pool season, you should purchase a few bags of pool salt to top up your pool before you put your pool into winter maintenance mode. This will save you time and money next season. Benefits of using Ocean UltraFine pool salt. As you can see by the difference in the two salt crystal sizes, the Ocean UltraFine is a much finer salt crystal. It's refined further than standard pool salt crystals. This means it's crushed, screened and dried to an ultrafine crystal, allowing it to absorb faster into the pool water. Ocean UltraFine pool salt is manufactured with the lowest environmental impact due to most of the work being done by the sun and wind. It's chemical and additive free, pure natural salt, which means no other chemical surprises for your family and friends. With Ocean UltraFine pool salt, you'll spend more time swimming and less time maintaining your pool. Hopefully that's helped you understand a little bit more about Cheetham Salt's quality pool range and how to use them. From our Australian waters to your backyard pool, Cheetham Salt is the natural choice in salt.